Hello, I'm FYX Toycat, and a week ago, Lady Agnes, who is lead of vanilla design at Minecraft, complained about how hard it is to find clay and therefore bricks in survival.
And it takes so long time because, to see the bricks, those are quite expensive in survival. So it takes me time to find them.
A few days later, we see Lady Agnes has been working on brand new Lush Cave prototypes, and in those new cave prototypes, there is going to be clay, which is solving one of Minecraft's biggest unsolvable problems. And here we are now on Wednesday, it's Snapshot Day. We see some brand new 1.17 features, including the Lush Caves, and now for the first time, they include clay, and they include a lot of clay. Clay is no longer going to be a super scarce resource. Instead, it's just going to spawn in one specific place if you can find it. And yeah, Lush Caves are now in Minecraft, which means a lot of cool things in my opinion. And obviously it's not just Lush Caves, but it's also Lush Mineshafts, Lush Amethyst Geodes, and maybe most confusingly of all, we also have the Lush Strongholds. As you can see, we can now find strongholds that in my opinion, it much better fits the state. It's like in Portal 2, where everything has, been overgrown because it's been that long since people were here. I love it. I love the concept of having, the stronghold having all of this vegetation, which can sometimes happen, at least in the current snapshot, and my god, isn't this something. But yeah, let's talk about this brand new snapshot, by the way, because every week, of course, the Minecraft Java team shows us what they've been working on, and this week they've been working on Lush Caves. And by the way, all of the videos I've... And by the way, all of this footage you've been seeing so far off the Lush Caves, it's been recorded with no night vision on. Most YouTube videos use night vision because people want to see everything all the time, but this is just how good the natural lighting is in the Lush Cave biomes because there's a lot of new blocks that come along with these. Obviously, it's not just a whole biome made of grass and tall grass. There's also these azalea trees which can generate over here. They come in different forms. It's a brand new thing. It's nice. There's also these glow berries, which I think is nice. Remember when we thought that the brand new Nether fruit would be called a glow berry? I kind of see this as like, it's basically the same thing here. Then we've also got, as you can see, these fun little hanging roots which are on the ceilings of places. We've also got moss carpets, as you can see right there. And then the azalea trees are obviously on top of azalea. So these green blocks, which look like, kind of like, when you have Optifine grass, now there's a way to do that in default Minecraft with moss. And again, I think moss is a really fun looking block by itself. But yeah, there's lots of new blocks that come in these biomes that you're specifically going to want to look for. Personally though, besides the glowberries, which are a great source of light, besides the azaleas, which maybe you want something with, and besides all of the other things which are great for, it's kind of like the flower forest. It's great for if you want to make something natural, but otherwise, like, how often are you really going to care about this? The thing that really excites me most about these brand new caves is unequivocally gonna have to be the clay deposits you can find here. I love when Minecraft does this. They use a new update to fix something that's been long broken with something that already exists, and clay is one of those great examples, and that's why, I want to make sure everyone thinks there's no way I'm being sarcastic when I say, yeah, I'm glad a Minecraft developer played, realized how hard clay was to find, and figured, it would fit into a new thing we're working on, and that is what I love about this. Also, you know what? I think glowberries are a fun solution to natural lighting that a lot of people might like, and also I think that moss, again, the ability to have that is it's gonna be nice for if you want to have that Optifine grass style effect. I think in my overworld I'll be taking a lot of moss and then using it just to have fun little pathways. I think there's a lot of possibilities for using moss as kind of a grass replacement, or mix it in with grass to have two different colors. Because how everyone loves that kind of striped lawn effect where it looks like you've cut it in like, I don't know why, this is what like golf courses look like, but a lot of people go for it in their Minecraft builds. The fact that you can do that now is gonna be kind of fun. And also, it's going to vary depending on your biome. I think that's a lot of fun by itself, but what else do I think is fun in this update? All of the other changes. I'm glad you asked. By the way, if you're curious about the difference between night vision off versus on, it's this. Again, you don't get an accurate look at the caves in terms of how it will feel when you actually go there for yourself, but you might get a better feel as to everything that's in here. I mean, seeing an actual azalea tree or seeing all of the different individual pieces might be more interesting to you this way, and for the sake of YouTube videos being more engaging when you can see more things so you can zone out from what I'm saying and focus on the pretty visuals, I'll do that, but I would recommend you don't zone out and focus on the pretty visuals, because guess what? They're over. We're going to something else now. Because this update wasn't just Lush Caves, it was also doing something kind of interesting with Deep Slate. So Deep Slate, here's what it looks like right now. Again, I kind of just like, with any big feature like this, and Deep Slate is huge, don't get me wrong, you can expect a lot of texture changes, but also interestingly, now you can place Deep Slate along any axis, so you can see see how these are all deep slate blocks, but some of them are placed slightly differently. So if you like the texture from that, or if you really specifically like the top texture, or you only specifically like this one, you can now place it like wood on the side of blocks to get different results. Also, interestingly, they've changed the ore textures, which is maybe fun by itself, but way bigger than this, because this has always been our collection of ores. It's all the ores we have in Minecraft right now, plus copper ore, and then plus the deep slate versions of the ores which can be found down in where deep slate is. So you will never find coal, you'll never find copper, and you'll never find emeralds where deep slate is, so they didn't need to have deep slate variants before, except that has changed now. You still can't find those things at deep slate lair, but just in case you're a map maker, they've added deep slate why is diamond here? They've added brand new versions of deep slate copper. Again, you shouldn't expect to find it in your Minecraft world, but it is in the creative inventory. There is deep slate copper, and there is deep slate emerald. These are 3 creative exclusive blocks. Maybe they'll come up in some future plans for Minecraft, but realistically, if you're making some custom world gen, you'll appreciate being able to make your own ore distribution, which maybe should be mentioned because they have changed the ore distribution once again. Again, they seem to be playing around with that every week. They have made it so more emeralds spawn in mountains. I mean, this is kind of crazy to me that they already upped the ore generation of, the emerald generation so much, they're increasing it more. They want mountains to be the place to go for emeralds. I love that. I think that's a great idea. They've slightly decreased the love of things, so keep that in mind. Diamonds being one of them, but basically, and coal generating with air pockets. Basically, you can expect to see different ore distributions, which are also subject to change. I don't like to talk about things like this where they're changing week to week to week, because if you memorize it how it is now, you're just going to be less informed later. Like, kind of like everyone who remembered this being Grimstone, now it's just one of those things you have to like continually remind yourself of. I don't want to give you any pain. I prefer to give you things that are mostly finished, and that's why something I don't expect will change. I mean, you might see texture changes, but you won't see a change to the fact that there is now not just deep slate tiles, which I think is still the prettiest version. It's basically deep slate bricks, but they're called tiles because you know what? We can call them what we want. That's the attitude, I think. Anyway, so now they come in chiseled form like we already have, but also they come in cracked form as well. This cracked form is pretty important because one of the theories is that obviously the stronghold should be made from deep slate stone bricks, or deep slate tiles as they're called, and there's no variants of those, mossy and cracked. Now there is cracked versions, so maybe this is just great for regular Minecraft players, or maybe it indicates something pretty big coming our way. Hard to say for sure though. But the biggest changes they made in this update that weren't Lush Caves, or the ore changing its entire distribution, or the deep slate creative exclusive versions of it, or the brand new blocks here, and wow, you're starting to realize how big the snapshot was, huh? But they made a big change and fixed fossils. I wanted to save it to the end here, because again, Minecraft fixing existing features is a very key thing. That's why Caves and Cliffs update, it's making the caves how they probably should have been all along. It's making the mountains how they probably should have been all along. These aren't new mountains, by the way. This is an amplified world. I love seeing crazy amplified terrain. Wait, do you want to know a crazy fact? The amplified terrain that existed prior to Minecraft 1.17 went up to 256 blocks, which means mountains in 1.17 are taller than amplified prior to that. That's how tall we're talking. Very tall. Very, 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 very tall. The fact that this isn't even the peak of what Minecraft can generate is kind of nutty, huh? But I want to talk about one big change they made that I really like, because in this same snapshot update, in this same list of changes, they have made some really interesting progress on fixing the fossil in terms of like, yeah, I've mentioned so many times the fossil isn't a great structure. Why does it exist? It doesn't really need to. So now if the fossil generates low enough, if it generates in the deep slate layers, instead of spawning with coal ore, which is sure, it's useful if you found a fossil first time, you will find fossils with diamond ores in there as opposed to coal. This is still a rare event, so you're not going to look for fossils exclusively for diamonds, but now when you find a fossil, you can be excited about that. That is a source of diamonds. Finding fossils down below the ground is going to be exciting, and in fact, the fossil generation in, the diamond generation in fossils is enough to make it specifically better to mine diamonds in deserts, and specifically better to mine diamonds in swamps, which if I'm not mistaken are the two biomes the fossils spawn in. But yeah, this, this brand new kind of, take on the idea, this brand new idea with regards to how they want to, do fossils, and this brand new take on making clay actually obtainable in a decent way. I mean, look at all the clay here right now. This is a big cave, huh? But this is something I really like personally. I am a big fan off this particular snapshot. And what I like about it is they're using this concept that I think is also important of updating Minecraft to not just add new things while there are neglected features sitting in the background, but also to unneglect some of those old features. I think the increase in redstone, for instance, is going to be useful to certain players. I think having specific layers to mine lapis at, going to be great. Being able to mine emerald ore if you want to make an emerald ore house, very niche, but still. So that lots of existing features are getting more usable with every update. And although, there's a limit to how much they could do that 10 updates down the line, maybe we could say, the truth is they are still adding significantly more features than they're improving, but they've got this eye to trying to make Minecraft features that already exist better before adding a new one that just replaces it. I think there was this bad habit for a while of just doing that, being like, we have something that's basically this, but we'll just make something brand new. See all of the useless Minecraft mobs that exist and their one tiny behavior they have each. I like this kind of angle. Also, man, this cave is big, huh? I like this brand new angle they're taking on things where it's like, yeah, we might as well... Oh, there's some redstone on the ceiling. We might as well take old features and make them better. And I like that they're doing that. Also, my overall take on these Lush Caves in particular is great. I think this shows that you can make great new features that stand out by themselves. Like I said, I like the moss in here enough. I like the I like the access to the glowberries. I like the ambiance they add to the underground. Also, I haven't even mentioned these drip leaves. They're one of the features that spawn here. They were added in a snapshot a while ago, but now they naturally spawn. They're meant for parkour. If you stand on them too long, they'll fall flat. Do you want to see that actually? You know, as a YouTuber, I should show you things rather than say it. Wow, this is like a show and tell if you think about it. So you stand on it and then it slowly falls. These are gonna be great for parkour. I don't know how useful they'll be for standard survival players, but I mean, you can work something out, I'm sure. Like maybe because zombies aren't great at pathfinding, they'll fall down or something like that. You can make some fun little thing for solo. Mostly this is gonna be like a multiplayer focused feature, which is great. I mean, it's fine to add those. It's good even to add those. But yeah, I think looking around at this update, it's hard not to realize that, like, yeah, this one's cool too. So we've seen dripstone, we've seen regular caves, we've seen lush caves. Now the question is, what comes next? And maybe that question is answered with the deep dark. All I know, do Enderman eyes look different right now? Have they ever looked like, off top? Let's stay on one point forever and say, hey, I'm excited for, this water. That seems like something that needs to be fixed too. There's lots of bugs, lots of things to be fixed. It's very exciting. The Minecraft snapshot procedure is something I like, but what I like to see more than that is the angle they're taking at Minecraft game development. And again, 1.17 truly is seeming better than all the updates before. But that's my current take on things. We'll see if that changes. And if you want to, speaking of things that change, I am streaming for a change. I don't stream most days, but I do stream today. And if you want to catch that, it'll be live just after this video. Or just before. I don't know how my streams work, honestly. But thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you did all enjoy, because I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.